Hi, welcome back to Broke Not Broken, and today we're going to talk about shadow work and how it can help you achieve your goals, your aspirations, and also help protect you from people like emotional vampires, negative Nancy's, and etc. You fill in the blanks, guys, those people that are really making you suffer right now and how to shut them down. You just got to activate your unconscious mind by asking questions in a quiet place and just writing. Now, on September 11th of this year, I was in the process of shooting a video in my hometown, and I go to the Diamonds, and that's a place that I find very happy for me. It brings back a lot of happy memories of my childhood and early adulthood, and it's where I've met some of the greatest people in my life. Even my ex-husband, I met him in Laval Diamonds, and that place resonates with me. And on that particular day, I needed to be centered. I was applying for jobs. I was talking to people I knew about possible job leads. And during this, my phone kept blowing up, and I didn't know why my phone kept going off, but on this particular day, that's what was happening. And it was incredibly frustrating because I had asked this person to let me be for the day because I was applying for jobs and wanted to do some things such as filming, and they wouldn't stop. And it was a boundary I put in place on that particular day because for me, this was important to me. And unfortunately, that wasn't important to them. So during my frustration of trying to film and being in my favorite spot, I actually pulled out a piece of paper and started talking to my shadow self, or a diary of sorts. And what I got on paper, I just write like this. I don't even look at it. And I wrote, "Nothing changes unless you change." Now, I took that as change of job, change of whatever. Now, what transpired that evening is a train wreck in itself, and it definitely changed my life, and I'm currently living in my shadow self at this point, because my shadow self protects me. It's the parts of me that most people don't see. And for those of you that don't know what the definition of shadow self is, it's the unconscious mind speaking to it to uncover parts of yourself that you repress and hide from yourself due to trauma, or parts of your personality you repress or deem undesirable. Now, my entire life, up until I was about 30, I was told I was too bold, too crass, too whatever for other people. But during those years, I always manifested my dreams. I lived my authentic self, and somehow in the last 10 years, I have repressed her so badly that she is screaming to get out. And I felt the need to do this video because I know there's so many people out there that are repressing, their love for the arts or whatever it is, because somebody put in their minds somewhere that they're no good at it. They can't achieve it. Don't chase that. That's bad. Don't speak your mind because that's too bold and other people will think you're rude. Well, when you tell people that over and over again, it slowly chips away at their personality and who they authentically are. So the trick to this is, what I've found is, listen to the unconscious. Follow what that is telling you, and stop letting other people tell you who and what you are. If somebody tells you a bitch doesn't mean you have to be a bitch. It's their opinion. It's their deflection of who they think you are. Now, if your subconscious self is kind of feisty and offensive, then that might be fact. But a lot of people hide who they are because they're afraid somebody else will be offended. Well, I'm not afraid if you're offended by my personality type or what I do in my free time. I'm not offended anymore. And that you're offended. That's a you problem, not a me problem. Now, for those of you wondering what my moon sign is, and I am a Pisces with an Aquarius moon and a Taurus ascending. So you can look that up. It's a fun ride. I'm artistic. I'm also feisty. I'm also grounded. And all of these things are wound up into one little fun, bold little ball of what I call Shan. And I'm living as Shan right now, not Shannon, the meek, mild. I'm going to take shit laying down and put up with bad behavior from people that don't deserve me. Now, this also was very telling to me that I was allowing people to disrespect me because I didn't respect myself enough to tell people that they were hurting me. Now I don't give a flying flip if I offend you because you're hurting me. And I will remove people that are hurting me emotionally, psychologically, etc. from my life as fast as I can clip my fingers. Because I've been putting up with this behavior from other people in my life for so long and just smiling and being polite. Well, I'm no longer smiling and be polite. I'm just going to remove you altogether from my current environment. It might mean me leaving the Thanksgiving table and leaving altogether because I find your behavior atrocious and you're showing me who you are. And I'm not okay with that. It might be that. And if you are out there and you have family members, friends, etc. that are treating you in a way that makes you uncomfortable, this is what you need to do before Thanksgiving. And this will help you manifest your dreams faster than you can say shit. Yeah, I'm swearing on my channel because this version of myself swears. And this version of myself lives authentically. I don't sugarcoat things, and I don't lie to myself and try to be what other people want of me so they're comfortable in their own fake self. I know people are here for the homesteading, but this is how I created my gardens outside, which I now am seeing as a farm because nobody else in the world could create what I created out there. I created that. There might be a footprint, a pattern you can follow, but I didn't follow any pattern. I just built it. And I built it from scratch, and I built it myself. And I built that dream several times. I started off with 4 little boxes, little veggie boxes, and then it went to a full-scale garden. Then I got a greenhouse, and it is what it is now, and I'll insert pictures. But I didn't listen to people who have never done things tell me that I couldn't do something or shouldn't do something. And I'm no longer listening to people that have never done it but are telling me I shouldn't do it. So if you're in my life and you're telling me not to do something, or even think about or insinuate, I suggest you adjust yourself, because I am no longer tolerating, allowing people to limit my ability based on their opinion, because I might offend them, because I might be distressed because I did something that they would never do or could never do. And I'm sorry if this video comes off confrontational, but I'm not trying to be confrontational. It's just that I'm trying to get a point across that for years I was pushed around by other people's opinions, values, etc. And because I was taught to be respectful, I, took what they said to heart. I no longer do that. I no longer value people who don't value me as a person. And I do not give respect to people that do not respect me and my boundaries. And I make it very clear that, you know, if I ask for your opinion on something that's different than you just shoving your opinion down my throat, even though I didn't ask for it. Because this version of myself will go around you. The other version of myself will literally shut down and won't do anything, and then wonder why their life is stuck. Well, their life is stuck because somebody else decided to infringe upon my dreams, my hopes, my aspirations. Or better yet, steal them as their own. I've had that happen. You know, somebody, you know, gung-ho, I'm here to help you, I'm here to support you, I'm here to da-da-da-da-da-da. Now I call these dream leeches. Now if you're a dream leech and you're watching my channel, please don't be a leech. Leeches are, you know, not good things. And this is my own definition. A dream leech is somebody that jumps in on your dreams. And they can go one of two ways. They can devalue it piece by piece and take it apart brick by brick. Or my favorite version of a dream leech is the ones that, oh, well, I put a shovel in the ground, therefore I built the garden. Or I helped weeding one time, therefore I built it. Those are my favorite dream leeches. Now, if you are a dream leech, stop being that person. Because the person that you're hurting and taking away their thunder probably doesn't even realize that you're doing that to them until it's too late. The other way dream leeches hook on to you is when you're successful. When you're successful, they're your buddy. They're your friend. They're there. They're there. And they're going to take credit for everything that you do, regardless of how you feel. You know, oh yeah, I did that. That's how they do it. But they do it casually. You know, I helped Shannon do this. That's dream leech. Stealing a little bit of your thunder. The other way they do it is to pull away from your dream. Well, if it wasn't for ... she would be so much further ahead if she just listened to me. That's another form. It's attention seeking at its whole. It takes away from your value. It devalues you. Those people, if that's your mother, sister, cousin, best friend, you need to remove them pronto from your life. Oh, kitten attack. All right, I'm back from the kitten attack. So let's say you have to go to Thanksgiving dinner and you have to sit through your great aunt, who you know damn well when you walk out of the room, she's going to be gossiping about everything that you do. Your YouTube channel isn't a success. Why would she do that? Okay. First of all, you don't tell her about your YouTube channel. You don't tell them anything. If you know that this person is going to vampire your manifestations away from you, you avoid the conversation altogether. Housework, your response should be, oh, that's great. And deflect onto them. How's your grandkids? And be as sincere as possible. And like, my face is not sincere because I'm actually talking to you, but I want you to be as sincere as possible with this person, but don't give them ammunition. Don't give people ammunition to use against you. I want you to treat them like a stranger on the street, but with more kindness, because you know more about them. You know, the second you leave the room, she's going to be talking to your cousin, your aunt, your uncle, your whatever about what you're doing that's offensive to her. And if you're living authentically in your shadow self, it may or may not matter to you whether they care. But I know right now, because I'm in such a fragile state of, because I had so much happen to me in the last month, that I don't mean fragile state. I mean a state where I am trying to figure out who and what I am. And I know that I am happiest living authentically. I do not love living in a meek and mild, women are supposed to be seen and not heard situation. And that's what I was doing for the better part of 5 years, because I wasn't allowed to be myself. I was told to basically be quiet in not such a polite way. And on September 12th, I woke up and decided that that version of myself is gone. The one that just, takes it. Now, I'm not telling you to rage war at your Thanksgiving dinner, but I'm saying maybe you should, activate this. Ask yourself what you want and sit quietly and do it. And then go from there and see if you come up with a better solution to a problem that you're trying to solve. Well, in my case, the only solution that I could come up with was to live my authentic self, the smiley Shannon, the Shannon that has fun, the Shannon that shoots YouTube videos, the Shannon that doesn't care what other people think or feel about her. I don't care if my chipped tooth offends you. It's my tooth. It's in my mouth. I'm just saying. I've had people, make comments that I'm, too big, too small, too... Well, I'm sorry, but I was made a different mold than everybody else. Sasscrass and a whole lot of jackass, and my jackass self really doesn't care about how I am offensive or hurting. I care if I hurt somebody, but I don't care that I might come off a little bit bold, a little bit, aggressive, etc. It's just my personality. I'm an all or nothing person. I either go all in or all out on everything I do. And it hasn't led me astray once in my life. And I wouldn't have half of what I have or be half the person I am without my shadow self. Now, like I said, if you're going into a room where these people don't like you, I don't want you to try and make friends with them. I don't want you to try to be everything for them and lose yourself trying to be that. That's not fair. And I'm saying this as a friend. I'm not a counselor. I'm not a life coach, but I know from experience, it never works. The second you turn your back, you got knives sticking in it. Even when you're the nicest person, thoughtful person in the world, you're still going to have that person in the room that just doesn't like you. And it's not your job to make them like you, but you have to like yourself enough to know that that person doesn't matter. Their opinion doesn't matter. How they feel doesn't matter. That's a them problem, not a you problem. And the second you realize that, the second your life changes and you're able to manifest things that are unimaginable to anybody else. Now, the secret to this is to keep it to yourself. You don't tell them your plans. You don't tell them your secrets. You don't allow them into your inner core. You write it down. You talk to your shadow self. Keep a journal. You keep progressing closer and closer to your dream. Like if you want to lose weight, you can't just sit on the couch. You got to do the work, whether it's drinking the extra water or taking the walk. I don't mean a big walk. I mean a small walk. The objective is to changing your life is first taking the steps. So if you're not willing to take the steps and live in your authentic self and become the person that you want to become, then I don't know why you're watching this video, but this is how I do it. And I really hope that this does help somebody out there find out who they really are and get them in a good place for the next chapter of their lives. But thank you again for watching, guys. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. I will be back with more homesteading stuff because that's where my life light comes from. And have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you.